Man, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Listen, man, you should be excited because God woke you up this morning. Listen, I promise you, there are some people that didn't make it on today, but God woke you up. God chose you like you still in the number, right? You still in the number, right? Whatever you complain about the bills, you complain about the kids, you complain about the money, you complain about the job. I need you to stop it today. I need you to stop all that complaining today because God has gave you another 24 hours to make anything that's a problem in your life to make it right. God has got if God keep waking you up, that means he's not done with you. You still got something that he wants for you to do. The mission is not over with yet, y'all. Right? We still got a journey to go on. Man, listen, I don't care what I'm going through, bro. I don't care what my life look like. Well, if God gets continue to just wake me up and give me breath and give me air to breathe and give me life, like, bro, I can handle all the rest, bro. You feel me? Like, bro, I just thank God for waking me up because I just know there's so many people that didn't wake up with me today. I know it's so many people that like just wish they can see. I know it's so many people that just wish they can walk. And you blessed with all of that. You got a roof over your head. Why are you tripping? Right? Like, and I want to let you know that your ungratefulness costs you too much. Being ungrateful costs you too much. I just want you to think about if you was to like bless your kids with something and you hear them complaining, like how do you feel when you hear your kids complaining about food and you know his kids in Africa starving? Just a picture. You watch it, y'all. For all my mothers out here, right? Because I know father, like we really don't do too much cooking, right? I know it be the mom. So I want to speak to the mamas right quick. I want to say this. How do you feel when you spent your hard-earned hours in that kitchen and your kids complain about the meal? They complain about they don't like the food or they want something else. Like you feel like, bro, you are so ungrateful. It's kids in Africa starving. There's people that don't have meals, and you complaining about the food I just spent my hard-earned hours cooking. Ungratefulness, like the same, like God feel the same way when you complain about your situation, when you complain about that house, when you complain about that car, when you complain about the job, when you complain about the money you making. Right? God is like, well, you are so ungrateful. Like, why would you curse me out like that? Why would you curse me out like that? And I'm telling you today, you need to learn to be grateful for whatever situation you're in. You need to learn to be grateful. Ungratefulness costs you much. It costs your relationship with God, and it costs you the burden you got to deal with being ungrateful, right? It costs too much, bruh. It already costs too much. If being ungrateful cost me and God relationship, it already cost me too much. I don't know about you, but I don't want nothing to ruin the relationship with me and God. Like I want to be always on one alignment, on one accord with God. And some of you are letting your ungratefulness cost that relationship. And I'm here to tell you today, I need you to get grateful. I know you want $1 million, but I know you're not happy with the $60,000 a year, but it was a time when you were making 20. I know you ain't happy with that 2008 car you driving, but it was a time you ain't never had no car. I know you're not happy with the 2,000 square foot home, but it was a time when you were sleeping on your mama's chair. I know you're not happy in the current situation, but like the last situation you was in last year, like was way worse than what you had today. So I need for you to be ungrateful because when God hear you complain, when God hear you doing all that nagging, God is like, why would you curse me like that? I done brought you through so much, and this is what you talking about. You complaining because you making 60,000, baby. You just last year you were making 20. You complaining about this house. You was just sleeping on your mama's chair. What are we talking about? You better be glad you got some income. You better be glad you got somewhere to stay. Gratefulness. And I'm not telling you to be comfortable, but we can be great. I'm not telling you to be comfortable, but we have to learn to be grateful, but not comfortable. We have to learn how to be grateful, not comfortable. Right? Those are two different things. Meaning I can appreciate the things I have, but I still want more. Like I still want better for myself. Of course, we all want a nicer house. We all want to make more money. We all want a nicer car. But I'm telling you, you need to learn to be grateful for the thing God has already blessed you with. Because when you be grateful, God is saying when you can be faithful over the few, He will bless you with many. Like God, like you need to show God that you can be grateful and thankful, and you can be such a blessing with the few things that He gonna be able to bless you with more. Because God's gonna say, "Listen, my baby is doing so good with the few things I have blessed her with, doing so good." Right? So I want to get into the word right quick, y'all. I want to get into the word. I want to get into the word. I want to show y'all that God, whenever whoever He can trust with very little can be trusted with much. Luke chapter 16, verse 10. It says, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. You got to learn how to be trusted with the few things. You got to learn how to be a great steward of the $1,000 a week, or the or whatever you make. Like if you're not a good steward with $1,000, what make you think you're gonna be better when God bless you with more money? Just picture you giving your kids $50 a week allowance and they blowing it and not being a good steward of the $50 a week. You won't be inclined to give them $100 a week because they ain't doing well with the few. I'm not gonna bless you with more because you ain't doing well with the $50. God saying you ain't doing good with the $1,000 a week, with the $800 a week. When you talk about you want to be a multi-millionaire, no, you got to be trusted with the few before I can trust you with much. He also said, whoever is dishonored with very little also be dishonored with much. Come on, man. Listen, it just made me think about, I was talking to one of my coworkers at that time, and me and her having this conversation, and she was like, man, I ain't making enough money. Like, I say, whoa, 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 whoa. She like, I need more money. I think if I could just make more money, like that'll solve my situation. I say, baby, listen, if you ain't doing good with $1,000 a week, what make you think $5,000 a week gonna make it better? You can't even be trusted with the few. You can't even be trusted with the little. What make you think you're going to do good with much? God say whoever dishonored with the little will be dishonored also with much. The relation, the habit doesn't change. In order for the thing to change, you got to change. Because guess what? Only thing you did was still take that same person with new money. You still the same person with new money. You just got more income, but you still the same person. You ain't do good with $1,000. You still the same person that was with $1,000 mindset. So now you're making five. You just gonna blow that too. You couldn't even be trusted with 1,000. Come on, man. You still the same person. People like, man, I need a new job. I need to move. No, bro. You still gonna, wherever you move to another place, you still the same person. You just taking that old person to a new place, and the habit still gonna be the same. Ain't nothing changed. If you want something to change, you got to change it. Cliche as that sound, it's just that simple. If you won't change, you got to change. If you don't like the outcome, change the income. If you don't like the output, change the input. If you don't like what you're getting out, stop putting the things that you're putting in, right? Just picture this. If I got a bucket and I'm pouring nothing but water in this bucket, that's all I'm pouring in the bucket. What do you expect to get out that bucket? You expect to get water, right? Because that's all I told you I was pouring in it, right? So I'm telling you today, if you sitting there watching negativity, you gossiping all day, listen to negative music, instead of putting trash in your body, don't expect to get nothing out yourself, nothing but trash. Right? It's just that simple. Don't expect to get nothing out that you're not putting in. If you don't like what's put that you don't like the energy that you're putting out, change what you're taking in. Just that simple, y'all. Right? So I'm gonna tell y'all again. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. You got to learn to be a good steward of the things you already got. That's just something called gratefulness. We just got to be grateful with the things we already have. Come on, man. I want to go to another. This is the one I really want to talk to y'all about, because this was good when I read it, man. When like the Israelites were complaining so much about them, just like they wanted some meat, right? They was tired of eating the manna that God had provided with them on this journey, right? So God had rescued the Israelites from up under the Egyptians, right? He got them from under slavery, and they went to complaining, right? So I'm gonna show. So we're gonna go to Numbers chapter 11, verse 1. We're gonna start there. It say, now the people complained about their hardships in the hearing of the Lord, and when he heard them, his anger was aroused. God, like, bro, I hear you complaining. You complain. I'm telling you, when God hear you complaining, he get mad. Just the same way he got mad with the Israelites. He like, what, you complaining? You complaining about the hardships? It say, then the fire from the Lord burned among them and consumed some of the outskirts of the camp. When the people cried out to Moses, he prayed to the Lord and the fire died down. So that place was called Taberah because fire from the Lord had burned among them. The rabble with them began to crave other food. And again, the Israelites started wailing and said, if we only had meat. Complaining, ungratefulness. God done brought you through all this. God just saved you from under slavery. You complain about some meat. You complaining because you want some meat. God is feeding you. You're eating. It ain't like you ain't eating, but you so ungrateful. God done bless you so much that you done forgot. God, you must forgot about this journey God just saved you on. You must forgot God just took you from up under the bondage of the Egyptian. You must forgot about that. You must forgot I've been feeding you the whole time. Now you talk about you tired of it. You just wish you had meat. You rather go back to Egypt. I bet. If we only had meat to eat, we remember the fish we ate in Egypt at no cost. Also the cucumber, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and garlic. But now we have lost our appetite. We never see anything but this manna. So I want to skip through something. I want to skip straight down to verse 16. It said the Lord said to Moses, bring me 70 of Israel's elders who are known to you as leaders and officials among the people. Have them come to the tent of the meeting that they may stand there with you. I will come down and speak with you there. I will take some of the power of the Spirit that is on you and put it on them. They will share the burden of the people with you so that you would not have to carry it alone. Right? I want you to know you not have to carry that burden alone. God said, I'm going to take the spirit that's on you and put it on the other Israelites too. Right? Because Moses was complaining to God about, like, God, these people complain about me and I don't want to carry this burden alone. God said, I got you. They're going to carry the burden with you. You never you never have to carry that burden alone. He said, tell the people, consecrate yourselves in preparation for tomorrow. When you will eat meat, the Lord heard when you wailed. If we only had meat to eat, we were better off in Egypt. Now the Lord will give you meat. I want to stop right there for a second. That same thing they complain about that they want, God said, I'm going to give you the meat. I got you. No doubt. I'm going to bless you with it. I'm going to bless you with it. But watch this. And you will eat it. You will not eat it for just 1 day or 2 days or 5 days, 10 or 20 days, but for a whole month. Until it come out of your nostrils and you loathe it. Because you have rejected the Lord who is among you and have wailed before him saying, why did we ever leave Egypt? How you dare, God? Like, how dare you curse me out like that? How dare you talk to daddy like that? How dare I done fed you this whole time? You want to complain about me? I bet I'm gonna bless you with that. Since you think that you having meat is more better than me, I got you. I'm gonna you gonna eat it till it come out your nostrils. You gonna eat it till you loathe it. I'm gonna give you that same thing you complain about. I'm gonna overly bless you with it. You're gonna get tired of that too. You complain about money, I bet. I'm gonna make it to where you got to work so hard you ain't even gonna want that money no more. What you think? You think money is better than me? You think the meat is better than me? What are we talking about? Listen, I want to tell you, stop being ungrateful because the ungrateful costs too much. The ungrateful cost them their relationship with God. It costs too much, bro. And I don't want nothing to cost this relationship. So you have to be grateful in every situation. I know sometimes we tend to forget, right? God blessed us so much and we done got so comfortable. And so the reason why I feel like this too, the reason why most of us cannot be grateful because we're looking at somebody else's blessing. You're not grateful for the house you're in because you're too busy trying to compare your house to Miss Jones' house. You too busy trying to compare your car to Miss Jones' car. That's why you're ungrateful. Now you can't reflect on your situation and understand like how much God has really blessed you because you're comparing yourself to other people's blessings. But if you can sit down and just think about, okay, well, what my life was 5 years ago, what did my life look like 10 years ago, and I look at my life today, I promise you, you'll be more grateful. Why? Because you can sit back and reflect like God has really been blessing me this whole time. And God, when He can see you can be trusted with few, He will bless you with much. I'm telling you this, like, don't let the ungratefulness cost your relationship with God. Don't let your ungratefulness cost your relationship with God. God say, listen, you gonna loathe it. You rejecting me. You complaining. Oh, I wish I could want to go back to Egypt. God, like, what? What? You complaining to me? I bet, man. So I want to keep reading. It said, but Moses said, here I am among 600,000 men on foot, and you say I will give them meat for a whole month. Would they have enough if flocks and herd were slaughtered for them? Would they have enough if all the fish in the sea were caught for them? The Lord answered Moses and said, is the Lord's arms too short? What you mean? So listen, like sometimes, like in our world, in our little fleshly ways, in our fleshly world, like God will tell us some things that we feel impossible. And don't get me wrong, it's impossible to you, right? In your fleshly way, of course it's impossible. But when you walking with the Spirit of God on you, when you got God with you, God can turn anything from impossible into impossible. Let's go, man. God can turn anything from impossible to impossible. God say, is the Lord arm too short? Yes, I don't care how many, 600,000 men. Yes, so you're going to give them me for a whole month. I got you. I am the Lord. I can do anything. I am the Alpha and the Omega. Ain't nothing bigger than me. No situation. God better tell ain't no situation bigger than me. Right? So, like when you walk with God, y'all, like sometimes he will give you a task that feels too big for you. And it is. But that's why God gave you that task, because He wants collaboration. Watch it. God know you can't do that without Him. God know ain't no way Moses can feed 600,000 men meat for a whole month without Him. God know I can't build this business and build this multi-million-dollar business without Him. God know I can't go talk to 100 high schools about the stock market without Him. When He gave me the vision, when He gave me the task, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna need God. That's how God works. God gave you that vision because He knew you're gonna need Him. That vision, like, you think it's big enough. Of course, it's too much for you. That's why God gave it to you, because He wants you to depend on Him. In your weakness, that's when God can be strong. That's when God can show you how strong He is in your weakness, because God works better when you're weak. He say, is the Lord arms too short? Moses, God, how am I feed 600,000 men meat for a whole month? How am I do that? With me. You can't do it, but with me, you can do anything. With God, anything is possible, y'all. Anything is possible. I'm a living witness. You looking at a guy that comes straight out of the projects, teaching my community and people about the stock market now, speaking at colleges, speaking at high school. You can't tell me anything is possible with God. Listen, in your little world, it might not be. In your little world, it might not be possible. When you start walking with God, anything is possible. So I want to tell you today, stop being ungrateful, because the ungratefulness costs too much. It costs you your relationship with God, and then you got to deal with the burden of being ungrateful, and that costs unhappiness. It costs too much. God, I thank you for waking us up today. I pray that you continue to watch over us, God, and continue to bless us and continue to wake us up, God, and bless us to see many more mornings and many more birthdays, God. I pray that you continue to look after us, God, and help us when we weak, God, and fill in those empty gaps in our life, and let us know that you will always be the head and not the tail. God, I need you to, I hope this message that you gave me to give to the people, I hope they receive it and learn to be grateful in whatever situation they're in, because you know that it's all for their good, right? Everything that you do in their life, it might seem bad to them, but you know everything works together for the good for you, God. And with that being said, amen.